Good morning and welcome back to another weekly reset video. I'm kind of cheating just to get ahead. It's not the weekend. I go back to work tomorrow. The kids aren't there tomorrow, but adults are. And so today I will be doing a regular Sunday reset. Also, like, I probably need to clean out my backpack and like restock it for stuff. I am very uncomfortable in my gym. I'm going to the gym in a little bit. In my gym outfit today, here, because like I have a lot of loose skin, and then like my sports bra is like really compacting me, which I need, and then like I don't know, I just feel very exposed. Not a fan, but I have to make myself a little bit uncomfortable. So it is the new year. I have not gained any weight. I've stayed, I mean, I got down to about 1.5 pounds smaller than I am right now, but that was after a stomach bug, so I don't count that. But I weighed myself this morning, so I know where I'm at, and it's about where I've been. I kind of like didn't focus as much during the holidays because I was struggling with sickness. But I am back. I am going to try to get my 100 grams of protein, which I struggle with. And then I'm going to try to get my water in, which I struggle with. Rise Coffee sent me mushroom coffee and hot cocoa coffee. So I'm going to try this today. So it says it's more than just coffee. It has a ton of things in it to kind of help you. And Trevor was over for Christmas and he's like, Mom, it's got lion's mane in it. And he uses lion's mane for like ADHD type stuff and like calming him down. But it has reishi, they say lion's mane is for focus, reishi is for stress relief, cordyceps is for energy, shiitake, and these are all different types of mushrooms, is for immune support, turkey tail is for healthy digestion, which I need, and then king trumpet fights oxidative stress. So it says drink daily. Over time the mushrooms in our blend will balance your body and mind. Use 2 servings a day to accelerate results. So you do 1 teaspoon of this with 8 to 10 ounces of cold or hot water. Enjoy iced. Add milk or creamer to make it a latte. So I'm just going to do it how I normally do with my iced coffees, because I do a protein shake in it and some creamer. So I'm going to do I think I'm going to do a spoonful and I want to do a spoonful and a half almost, because it's I'm going to do a little bit over 10 ounces of water probably. Okay, I have my 12 ounces of water. The Rise coffee was okay for me. I couldn't do it in the morning just because I need the caffeine in the morning. However, it was like, I didn't feel like it tasted bad. I didn't feel like it tasted earthy, but I also put a protein shake and a little bit of creamer every time I make a coffee. So for me, I think that's why it didn't bother me like it bothers some other people. So if you want that middle day pick-me-up, the benefits in there are great, but it says that you do have to like build them up over time. So that's something to think about if it's something that you're looking into. But, you know, make sure you also have some sort of mixer stir, because it definitely takes a hot second to like stir up and get all mixed up in the water. I feel like if you had like a hot drink, it would do better, especially like the hot cocoa version. But, my son wanted it, so I gave it to him, and he said he's been drinking it every day and he does enjoy it, but he drinks it with a little bit of creamer in it, and he says he can taste like the, you know, mushroominess to it, but it's not horrible. But he likes that type of thing. He likes that more like natural, holistic way of doing things than like me, where I'm like, all right, just go give me a big giant shot of espresso. So, not sure if it's something that I would purchase all the time, but I could definitely see the benefit of it for like that middle of the day coffee. If you're that type of person. For me, I drink such a giant cup of coffee that I shouldn't drink any more coffee, and I really need to be drinking my water in the middle of the day, and that's my problem. So, not a bad product at all. It's just not for me.
You'll drink mushroom coffee, but you won't try cottage cheese blended.
That's actually not bad, but what made me want to try it was Trevor and Aubrey were like, ooh, like they wanted to try it. Now, there's no caffeine in this, so that's what's gonna suck for me, but I wanted to try it. I just, you know when you like overfill your like Tervis cups or whatever, and then you put the lid on and it just goes everywhere?
Yeah, I'm watching it react now.
It tastes exactly the same as normal coffee because I have my protein shake in it and all that in it. So as I promised last week, that this week I would get into my goals, where last week I kind of did my reflection on 2024. So my goals for this year are to continue with therapy. I thankfully have bumped down from weekly therapy to bi-weekly therapy. And the goal is to get to once a month therapy around August when I lose insurance whenever I student teach. So that's what we're working towards now. That's our goal. And I think that we'll be fine. I think, some months might be harder than others, but I've gotten really good at anticipating some stuff that I think is going to happen or bother me or whatever. Same thing with my therapist. So we're kind of like being a lot more proactive, which is really, really good. I also want to lose like 20 to 30 pounds. So people look at me and they're like, you don't have 20 to 30 pounds to lose. I was like, actually I do. Like I'm still very, very big. And if I go to the doctor, they tell me that I am no longer obese. So when I started, I was morbidly obese, and then I was obese, and now I'm just overweight. And to get 30 pounds off would put me at the high point for my height of like a BMI. And I know a lot of people are like, do not use BMI. BMI is an old fashioned thing, blah, blah, blah. But for me, I don't think I'll hit 30 pounds. My body is really kind of fighting right now, but I'm also not being like as perfect as I should be. So my goal is, 20 to 30 pounds, really being conscious of my protein and my water intake, being conscious of my fiber intake, and getting to the point that I am not as reliant on my medicines. I will be on these medicines for life because I have PCOS. But getting to the point that I do, like I'm on like a management dose, not like a day-to-day dose, if that makes any sense at all. Also, I joined Crunch in November, and I have been actively going about, I'd say 2 to 3 times a week, just because I got super sick in December. I go with a friend of mine, or I go with Casey, and I've definitely been trying to push myself and do different things. We hired a personal trainer that we see bi-weekly, and we get 2 visits with her every 2 weeks, and then she makes the rest of our workouts for us, and that's working very, very well. And she's like, what is your goal? And I was like, yeah, I want to lose 20 to 30 pounds, but it's not an end all be all for me. If I don't hit 20 to 30 pounds, I want to tighten up. I want to lose, or tighten up as much of this loose skin that I have. Like, I want to lose the flabbiness. Like, I want to be, back to the shape I was in a few years ago. So, that's something I'm working on, kind of, health and beauty wise. The next big thing I'm thinking of is overconsumption. It's something I think a lot of us tend to do, and I definitely do. And like going through and constantly decluttering and stuff like that. I've gotten a lot better with it. Like with my decor, I really only decorate for fall/Halloween and Christmas now. I have a very small bin of like spring and Americana type stuff. So going through and, decluttering, but then also not over consuming anymore so that I don't have to keep decluttering. And this goes for everything, like household items, food. I have food insecurity. So like I always make sure I have a crap ton of food in the house. And so that's a major thing I'm working on this year, and really just not spending money, saving money. I'm getting ready to not have a job for a few months at the end of the year when I student teach, and not have insurance, and just trying to make sure that I'm as proactive as possible. That includes like, you know, I'm also thinking of like my nails, clothing, hair. Like I've gotten to the point that like I've pretty much replaced my wardrobe because, you know, I was like a 22 and I'm now like a 10. So completely changing out my wardrobe was expensive and something it's taken a long time to do. And there are definitely some things I still need to get rid of that are way too big for me and get a smaller version, but like kind of finish that up this year. And I have kind of more of like a, what do you call those? Like a capsule wardrobe where I don't have a ton of pieces, but the pieces I have all can kind of intermingle. So also with clothing and hair, or with nails and hair, I'm really debating on taking my nails off. It's getting so expensive. But you know, maybe less designs and stuff like that. I do go once a month now. But it is really expensive. It is something I enjoy, but I remember when it used to be $40 and it's now like $70. So that's something I'm looking into. And then my hair, my stylist has been doing my hair and she literally just does like root touch-ups. And I really would love to get to the point that I could just do what she's doing on my own. And I think I could. My hair is very healthy with her doing it. And it honestly isn't that expensive. But my grays come back so quick now that like I really want to see if maybe it's something that I can take over and just go to her for haircuts, or like once in a while get a good all over color for her. And then just do some root touch-ups if she could help me with like the color from Sally's or whatever. So just a lot of like underconsumption, working on myself on a physical realm and a mental realm, and just trying to be better. You know, as you know, my oldest moved out about a year and a half ago now. He has kind of been all over the place. He's been bouncing from here to there to everywhere. He is now on his own in an apartment, and he's definitely struggling. You know, he's realizing how hard it is to be an adult and have a place like this. And unfortunately, he is doing it on his own. But, you know, he and I are definitely working on like our like adult kid mom relationship, and growing from that. Like I was his mom and like, I don't want to say dictator, but like, you know, person of authority and whatever. So, and like, he's now realizing like, you know what, Mom, you weren't so strict. You weren't so bad. Like you were just trying to make sure I didn't make these mistakes that I'm making. And it's like, yeah. And sometimes that's really hard for kids to realize and understand that like, you're not actually out there to get them. Like you're just trying to make sure that they don't make mistakes. As I'm filming this, Aubrey is moving out today. She is heading to college. She's going to the beach. She'll still be in Georgia. She's going to be it's a 5-hour drive away, so probably 5 to 6 hours away. And she is dorming there, so she'll be there for a while. She says she's not going to come home for the summer. She's trying to get like an apartment or something out there. I mean, for the summer especially, I get it. Like, who would want to come home? And again, with her, you know, she's still in that I am lion, hear me roar stage of life. And so I'm struggling, but letting her spread her wings and fly. You know, it's very hard because she still hasn't even walked yet. She'll walk in May if she decides to walk. And she graduated early and she's still 17, but like, it's just a very weird thing. Having these kids grow up, you know, I was just telling someone, I remember when we bought this house, I felt like it was almost too small. And like, now I almost feel like it's too big. You know what I mean? Like as these kids keep growing, and, you know, Casey's going to be a senior in 3.5 years. It's very, very crazy to think. So again, fostering and fixing and growing our relationship from, you know, mom of teen, you're the worst. All you do is be mean to me and discipline me and make me follow curfew and make me be respectful, to, you know, I'm proud of you. You're an adult. Like, let's figure life out together, and you do what you need to do to succeed, to grow up. And she's a good kid. Like, she's got a very good head on her shoulders, and she's very smart. And so I think she'll do great. And it's also really fun to, you know, keep going with my relationship with my little ones. I think it's very obvious to see that we've had a lot of fun with them this year, as the older two have kind of gone and done their own thing.
How did you get it off?
It's still kind of tall. Push it up. Just go on your tippy toes. It's definitely way too tall.
Why is it talking? Do you do like a full set?
Yeah. You gotta go low.
That's as low as I go. I'm holding back.
I need to get something. I forgot what though. Hey guys, my name is Aubrey. I'm the cook in this house. Great. And y'all aren't gonna see me anymore pretty soon because I'm moving to the beach.
We're back from Sam's Club. I joined Black Friday weekend for like 20 bucks. So
y'all don't have Costco anymore?
we do, we have both.
What the hell? We don't have the money for that.
So I bought these because to buy 3 of them at Lowe's, it's 10 bucks and we use these all the time. It was $7 for the 4 of those. We grabbed hot dogs. We haven't had them in a really long time, and when we make burgers, we like to have hot dogs. Can you put those in the cheese drawer? My best friend said these are like her favorite things to eat, and she gets them every time. So we went and found those. Casey and I take these all the time to work. I do like the Chomps ones too. I like these ones better. I got a giant thing of applesauce pouches because I eat them all the time.
Did you buy the cinnamon bread?
Yeah, I know.
Why do you have lemons?
We bought lemons. Jeff said he wants to try to make lemonade, so got those. I grabbed cucumbers because I like to have them for work. I went with a friend of mine, and she said this is her favorite lunch meat, the 4 pepper turkey breast, and it was like $8, and this is over a pound, so it's cheaper than the other one. And then Casey found one he wanted too. This was the buffalo style chicken breast. So we grabbed that. And then this was an insane deal. A giant bag of salad was $3. Even at Costco, they're like $5 or $6. So I grabbed this to put some of the chicken on it just for lunches.
You're probably concerned about where that came from if it was $3.
We grabbed a 2-pack of lemonade, 2-pack of orange juice.
What is that?
Casey picked, this is the cereal for the week.
Yellow thing? It's what?
Aubrey and Jeff, actually probably everyone.
Not Aubrey.
Eat. You don't like these ones?
No.
Maybe it's Casey. Like the dip bars, they don't have these at Costco, so that was a good deal. Casey found these cheese and chicken quesadillas, and I think they don't have peppers in them, which is what he wanted. So then
They don't? I'd be fine with it. I thought they did.
no, just a cilantro. But he can get salsa or whatever with it. He also asked for these. I think the boxes are a better deal, but he said he likes the way these taste better. We grabbed their version of Smart Food. We grabbed a small version of their type of the Zero Gatorades, and I figure I can use them too because I often need electrolytes with the medicines I'm on. Eggs, I'm kind of afraid of Costco eggs right now. Casey wants to make steak, so we got steak.
Can I season it?
I season it. We also bought this steak seasoning, which is the Kinder's prime steak with black garlic and truffle. And I think it was cheap. It was like $6 for this whole thing. This hasn't been at Costco in months, so we grabbed some of this. And then I found, what's up, baddies? Ooh. Cheese sticks. Ellie eats cheese sticks all the time, so we found regular ones, and I prefer this type. She prefers this type. Grabbed these for Jeff's work. You'll probably eat these for lunch, right? No? Okay. And then Casey wanted these. I know Jeff will eat these. I think that's everything. It was $260, which is a lot of money, but we have a lot of stuff for the next few weeks. And then finally for our travel plans for this year, we don't have a ton of travel plans because again, we are trying to be in that underconsumption and prepping for me to be student teaching. I've just started I have 3 classes to take this semester from January to May, and I have 2 that I'm taking right now, and then I'll have 2, well, it's one of them is a full like term, and that's not normal. I think I've only taken 2 of those type of classes. So one of them I'll finish up next 7 weeks, and then I do another one, and then I'm done. And then I just have to student teach next fall. So, you know, we're just trying to prep for that and get a good nest egg saved up just for insurance reasons. The reasons I work as an aide is for insurance. That's 100% why. So in February, we are taking Casey to a Houston Rockets game. We're taking Ellie too, but we're going to Houston. It's literally for a long weekend, or for a 3-day trip. We are going on one day, the game is in the middle, and then we're leaving the next day, and we're arriving super early and leaving super late. It's during their break. And so we're gonna, I think, go to the Houston Zoo too, maybe the aquarium. I don't know. I remember the Houston Zoo as a kid. If you don't know, I was born and raised in Houston. I lived in Houston from 84 to 98. We are going to see my childhood best friend from when I lived in Houston, and her family and things like that. So that is in February. Over April break, I would like to take the kids to like Helen, Georgia, or Gatlinburg, or maybe go visit Aubrey near Savannah, for like, again, like 3 to 4 day weekend over our break. Nothing big, nothing crazy, nothing expensive. We do have our second Disney cruise ever. So we are going on the Dream in the summer, and we are very, very excited because we are going to get to do, Lighthouse Point and Castaway, and Nassau. We are on a different ship. Ellie's really excited to go out of Fort Lauderdale. She really wants to see Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So we are doing that over the summer. Possibly doing a really quick trip to Universal over the summer. We're not really going for Epic, but Casey has really wanted to go because the last time he went, he kind of chickened out on a lot of the rides, and he really wants to do them. So depending, that is our like one like up in the air trip, like we're not sure. So depending on finances and deals and promotions, we may be going like in July to Universal. And then in September, we are going on an Alaska cruise with my best friend and her husband, and we are bringing Casey and Ellie. My best friend's super excited to see the kids and do Alaska. I'm not as excited for that one. I am a tropical girl. Put me in the Caribbean, put me on a cruise ship that's going somewhere hot. I'm happy. But everyone voted and I lost. So this is where we're at. The kids are super excited about it. So, flying into Seattle, doing a 7-night Alaska cruise, and then we will be coming back. And then finally in December, I graduate finally. So, I would like to take some sort of trip. I don't know if it's going to be a cruise, if it's going to be an all-inclusive, going to Disney, going to Alani. I don't know where it's going to be. And it probably won't be in December just because like the holidays and stuff. So, December, January, February, somewhere around there, I will be taking a graduation trip because I have worked my butt off for this degree, and I am ready to be on my own and have my own classroom, and I'm definitely rewarding myself for it. So those are our travel plans. I still am a travel planner. I really enjoy it. We had a really great year traveling last year between Barbados, Disneyland, Disney World, me getting to see my best friend. It was a really good travel year of some new experiences, and that's kind of like fueled that for me. Like, I love Disney World, don't get me wrong. And like, and we may take Ellie on her trip this year to Disney World because she's definitely owed one, but I just got to find somebody to watch Casey. But even going to Disneyland was different. You know, when we did the Disney cruise, that was Disney, but it was different. Barbados was awesome. And then when we went to Disney World, it was fun again because, we're now going like every like 18 months to 2 years. And it just, when you go, there's always some new experiences. There's always some new stuff. And so it has that like fun excitement again. When you go all the time, like, it's like, okay, we're here again. You know what I mean? And so we have really enjoyed taking a little bit longer, trying new Disney experiences or just trying new experiences altogether. So, I know my travel plans do sound like a lot for probably a normal person, but we work very hard, and we do like to really try to play hard when we can, especially now that we're traveling as a family of 4. It's just a little bit cheaper. And it's not a matter of we tell our older kids they can't come. They're always welcome. But in the stage of life they're on now, Aubrey's school schedule is different than ours, because she's been doing dual enrollment for a while now. And she likes to work. She likes to make money. And like, she doesn't want to go to Disney World again. She's already been there. She was like on the fence about Disneyland and then just decided against it, that she'd rather have been home for the summer and hang out with her friends and work and stuff like that. And then Trevor is unfortunately at the age where he doesn't have like vacation time or anything yet. So he just has to work because he has to pay his bills or whatever. So, my graduation trip is the one I'm trying to get everybody on wherever we go. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out so that I could give them enough advance where they could start stacking aside money for like their bills or whatever. Like, we'll pay for everything on the vacation, but like, you know what I mean? So that they have their ability to still make their rent and everything. So that is my 2025, recap. Therapy, under consumption, graduate, take some trips, be aware of spending, and just keep healing. My dad's death really rocked me to my core, and I feel like I'm just now getting to a totally different part of grief and just getting through it and just calming down and having the peace that I've kind of created, and also enjoying life and enjoying the time that I do have with the little two, because before you know it, they're going to be graduating and going to college or going to work or doing whatever they're going to do. And it's just, you don't believe it. You don't listen to when people tell you, but in the blink of an eye, it happens. Like, I still remember Aubrey's little voice, running around the house with her little fountain ponytail, and here she is getting ready to drive off to college today. So, I hope you guys have a good 2025. If you stayed along this long, just let me know what your goals are. If you make goals, I know some people don't, but Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to really try to do them once a week. I'm also going to really try to do the Rudolph Club on the 25th of every month, because a lot of people did seem to really enjoy my organized Christmas series. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. It really got me to keep my life together. I think the next few videos, however, will be, Aubrey's moved out, so we have to work on her room and deep clean her room, like carpet clean her room. The carpet got ruined in there, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. And then paint. We were debating on having Ellie move into her room because it's the bigger room and she'll be here the longest. But then Ellie just put some LED lights in her room, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with that. But painting for sure, and then possibly swapping rooms, because Aubrey does have some stuff here. And so I would like to get like all of her stuff like boxed up and put in her closet, whatever closet it is. And then just have like her bed and her dresser out. And then that way, like, even as like a guest room, it can be a guest room until she comes and get it, because she can't take that stuff until she gets an apartment. So the next few videos will probably be deep cleaning, painting, moving rooms, maybe with, another one sprinkled in there. But I enjoy these videos, and I'm trying to get better at remembering to find my tripod. I'm trying to get better at showing you other areas than just the downstairs and all the cleaning that I do, because I feel like I'm always doing something. But I like watching these videos because they really do give me a lot of like tips and tricks of things that I'm like, oh yeah, I should have done that. Like right now, I saw a lady do a Swiffer on her washer and dryer to get all the dust off first, and then you Clorox wipe it. And I'm like, that's freaking genius, because if not, you're just doing like, you know what I mean? You're like moving the dust around. So, thank you guys so much for staying along for this long of the video. I'm going to put music to the end, and Happy New Year.
Thought you left me in the desert to die. A sip of water and I came back to life. Bet your money that I'll always survive. Just watch how I push through the rocks. I'll crawl from the sand up to the top. And if I fall down on these rocks, the rocks make me stronger. Thought you left me in the desert to die. A sip of water and I came back to life. Bet your money that I'll always survive. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Looking over on the desert, I can see you thought the way was impossible. impossible for me. Still I made it from the dark into the light. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Lost in the desert, you wouldn't know, cause you left me to die. Pain you would never, never understand, so don't even try. Hope is forever, a friend in desperate lonely times. Life is the treasure, and I fight for life with all of my rocks. Against the wind I will not stop. I'll crawl from the sand up to the top. I will not fall down on these rocks. The rocks keep me stronger. Thought you left me in the desert to die. A sip of water and I came back to life. Bet your money that I'll always survive. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Looking over all the desert I can see. You thought the way was impossible for me. Still I made it from the dark into the light. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Out of the desert, I have made a paradise. It came together. I sip of some water and I made it alive. You've learned a lesson. I'm never the one to just give up and die. Say your confession. Just open your hands and take back all of your rocks. Against the storm, I will not stop. I will be done. I'll reach the top. These years I've grown to love the rocks. The rocks made me stronger. Thought you left me in the desert to die. A sip of water and I came back to life. Bet your money that I'll always survive. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Looking over all the desert I can see. You thought the way was impossible for me. Still I made it from the dark into the light. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Thought you left me in the desert to die. A sip of water and I came back to life. Bet your money that I'll always survive. Just watch how I push through the rocks. Looking over all the desert I can see. Thought the way was impossible for